Yo, what's up, gamers? It's me, the Hentai Man, back at it again with another fire video. Today I'm going to be talking about some wholesome doujins, the very epic kind. If you like this kind of video and want to see more, feel free to comment on what kind of doujins you'd like to see me cover next. Just remember, anyone who likes NTR is a genuine piece of human filth. And if you're someone who likes NTR, please let me know why. I really don't get the appeal at all and think it's disgusting. Just to sum it up, because I've kind of gone off topic, if you want to make a suggestion, just make sure it's not NTR cringe. And I've gone on far too long. Let's get into the stuff you came here to see. The first doujin I'm going to show you is one that you've probably already seen, and I know a lot of people have probably talked about it before. It's Natsu to Jun. God, I'm so bad. Who knew hentai could actually be a form of art? This doujin is phenomenal. It starts out normal enough, albeit really great art. When I got to this panel though, it just looks like it's a masterpiece. And what's even more nuts is it looks even better in the colored version. Like, how is this even possible? It really is just an amazing masterpiece. There's not much else to say about it. It's just very solid. And all of the author's other works are amazing as well. Except for this one, it's got... Oh, come on. And this one, too. Maybe I shouldn't have brought this one up. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's so gross, dude. Don't look this one up. Oh, that's so bad. Next one up on the conveyor belt is Shunjou Oni Musume. I said it right that time. Now, this might just be a personal opinion of mine, but Onis are pretty hot. Protagonists really need to do this in isekai more often. Every protagonist is kind of just a spineless loser. Then again, so am I. This guy gets transported to a fantasy world, and then he fricks an Oni. Talk about life goals. This guy's a mega chad.
He's so cool.
Then, after they frick, they both get transferred back to the regular world, which doesn't really make all too much sense, but hey, it's an isekai, there's kind of exceptions to that. And they've got a kid, and it's adorable. Then, plus, the actual fricking is great too. And that's really all I have to say about this one. On to the next! This one is kind of standard, but I've decided to talk about it regardless. Suteneko Kanojo starts off with a girl who has run away from home. The art makes this an incredibly good read, though. Another great artist. Only great stuff. I think. Hold on. Let me check. That might age poorly. Then they start living together after the guy lets her into his place. And then they frick. Obviously, that's why you're here, isn't it? It all ends with her talking about trying on a wedding dress. It's so wholesome, man. Is it sad that wholesome stories like this are the anomaly in hentai? Why can't every artist just draw wholesome stuff, man? Why does this have to be the outlier? The next one I'm going to talk about is Shion no Hana, and this one actually has a pretty depressing story behind its creation, and before I talk about that, I'm going to give a brief recap on the doujin real quick. It starts with this girl just waiting outside this guy's apartment. Like, I wish I was that lucky, man. Then she asks to come inside, and he lets her in. Later, he wakes up to her on top of him.
What the dog doing?
What? Then they frick, obviously. It's revealed that the girl is actually the cat that he lost in a fire a while back. And the editor's note talks about the author's tragic incident when, after an apartment fire, his two cats were never found. It's really sad, actually, whereas the doujin is really wholesome. The editor goes on to say, sure, you might take away from this, lol, this guy fricked his cat, and that's fine. Maybe you'll take away something a little deeper, and that's fine too. Find some meaning in the story. This hits a little closer to home because I have a friend who lives in an apartment with two cats. Plus, I really, really like cats. Cat girls too. I included this one not only because it's wholesome, but because it has a really interesting story behind its creation. Well, a sad story, but a story nonetheless. Yo, it's finally time. Let's talk about Haru o Maneku Suzu. I butchered that, but that's okay. Do you like cat girls? Well, I sure as hell seem to, considering 2 out of 5 of these have cat girls so far. Oh, wait, really? Back on topic. This artist is so epic. Not a single NTR Doujin in sight. This one's really weird, though. There are times when I wish I was as lucky as this guy. Well, that's kind of every day for me, but I digress. He just gets a cat girl essentially delivered to him. He really should try his luck at the Powerball, but it seems like he's already won it. The art's great, the story's great, the cat girl is hot. Might be a bit based, but... And the ending is wholesome. It's just great. There's really not anything to dislike about this one. It's kind of just pretty epic. It's about time I got into the funny one. Shinsou no Hanayome is unintentionally hilarious, and wholesome too, but we'll get to that. It starts out with a girl running away from home. I was kind of joking about the repetition before, but there's really a pattern forming here. Although, this time she runs away from an arranged marriage, so it's a bit different. What's funny about this is she obviously runs into a guy and they live together for a bit and then they frick, right? Like they come to love each other. But the funny part of this comes from this one page near the end. She ran away because it was bad, right? Like, it's difficult enough to overcome that you have to run away. It should be a significant issue, right? Well, apparently not. They just show up and the dad's just like,
Yo, what's up, B? How you feeling? What's going on? Yo, let's bounce, son.
I kinda expected some resistance, but nope, none at all. Maybe he was never stern and always wanted this outcome for his daughter, but I'm probably looking too much into it, you know, putting on the tinfoil hat a bit. And the wholesome part comes from everything else, especially the ending. Oh, just look at that face, it's so wholesome. Kimi to Issho is a doujin that I don't really have too much to say about, but I really wanted to bring it up regardless because it's just that great. It's so adorable. If I were to describe it, it's kind of like Shield Hero, but in the modern world and without all of the not wholesome events. So it's kind of just like a regular story, but with a fox girl. That's not even a raccoon girl. Why did I say Shield Hero? Oh yeah! And there's also fricking. Oh, and did I mention that the art style is amazing as well? This one's a real gem. The only downside is the fact that it's kind of short, but it accomplishes everything that it's trying to do, and it wraps it up in a neat little bow. Like, oh, come on, look at this, it's so wholesome. The last doujin I'm going to talk about in this video is Amenochi Shizuku. I really butchered that yet again, didn't I? It's a story about 2 people who seem to have had a pretty rough upbringing. They love each other though, so that's really all that counts. This doujin pretty much just opens up with the fricking, so there's not really much build-up. And to me, that's the best part of this doujin, the fricking. This artist might just have my favorite art style of all time, kinda based, and that's saying something because I've been places. So this might be a bit biased, but I really, really love this one. You can just feel the raw energy in the panel and art. It's just great, plus the woman's kinda hot. I know, again, very based. And not to mention, the ending is, again, very wholesome. That is the theme of today's video, after all. What did you think of my list this time? Did I pick some good ones or what? Hold on, you're asking why I didn't just give you the sauce? Well, that's because I don't have enough subscribers for community posts. Don't you feel silly? I also wanted to actually talk about hentai, so there's that too. I do find a little fun in this. I hope I made your day a little bit better. I am writing this script on Christmas Day after all, so you can consider this video a late or very late Christmas present to you guys, depending on when it comes out. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas. It's a bit late, but better late than never, I suppose. And that's about it. That's me, the Hentai Man, signing off. Next time I'll probably talk about mommy milkers or something. Who knows? Okay, bye!